obviously I wish we had played a little cleaner defensively. Just having the forerunner and run to start the game was difficult. I thought Sam did a really good job of keeping composure after some mistakes to keep us in a game. I thought our guys had some big swings. They did a great job of not giving us any free bases. You hit 3 home runs and 2 doubles, but it only gets you 4 runs out of those 5 swings because there wasn't anything in front of it. So, tip my hat for those guys for throwing a strike to the strike zone today. And, like I said, just a tough loss.
We'll start questions today with Steve Robertson. Steve, go ahead.
Coach, you probably couldn't have asked for a better start. Max comes out and hits a bullet into the right field fence there and gets you guys on the board. Gave you a little lift. What did you see, though, from those guys that kind of maybe settled down after that? Obviously you probably felt good about the moment. Why weren't you guys able to capitalize? I guess is the better question.
I think we took some good swings. I felt like we hit a lot of balls harder than they hit today, even though they scored more runs. We drove the ball well. We just didn't give them any free chances. We made a few defensive mistakes that led to runs. We walked and hit a couple more guys than they did. And, I really felt like that was the difference in the game was we gave up some free bases that they didn't.
We'll go to Ryan Hennessy next. Ryan, go ahead and enable your video and unmute yourself.
Coach Ryan Hennessy, MEC 13. Obviously, it looked like the crowd atmosphere was electric. What did that have impact-wise on the game? And was there a decent amount of Samford fans out there? And did that help you guys at all in making the trip over?
I do think it had an impact, but I don't think it had an impact on our players. I thought our kids did a nice job of handling the atmosphere. I don't think we got overcome by anything. I felt like our guys kept composure well. And, again, we got guys that have been in big environments, and it was a great environment. I think, to be honest with you, it was a great environment. It was a good crowd. And, I think it was something that our guys enjoyed more than were affected by it.
We'll swing it over to Tyler Horika next. Tyler, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, it seems like every time you guys were on the verge of getting to Bednar there, he somehow got a few more outs, got out of an inning, and then all of a sudden he was coming out for the next inning. Just how big was his performance, and did it kind of feel like he strung it out a little longer than you thought he would?
Again, our plan against him was to be aggressive. We felt like, he's a guy that doesn't walk a lot of people, and we felt like we had to go up there and be aggressive. And when you do that, you're not going to force a lot of deep counts, and, you're just going to be tough to chase a guy because of pitch count. But again, he did a really good job of staying in the strike zone with 2 pitches today. I thought he was very aggressive coming at our guys. And, again, he just didn't give us anything. I think everything we got today, we had to earn, and, it wasn't just enough.
We'll go back to Steve. Just a reminder, use that raise your hand function to queue up your question. Steve, go ahead.
Coach, go back to the top of 5th. You guys get a couple runs. You got 1st and 3rd there. You run the double steal there. So they call timeout. Scott Boxhall comes out there. What goes through your mind in that sequence there? Has the play already been called? Do you make an adjustment there? Just kind of take me through that.
I'm pretty sure he went out there to tell them that, let's not give them a free run here. They're aggressive. Obviously their catcher's got a great arm. He's got a good percentage of throwing guys out. And because of that, they throw through a lot. But, I think they adjusted, in that situation to try to not give up a free run. And, thankfully our guys did a good enough job of jockeying the run down to, to not let it end on that play.
We'll go to Joel Coleman next. Joel, go ahead.
Coach, Mississippi State only strikes out, I guess, 3 times today against you guys. Just what were you saying from your vantage point? Just I know you mentioned some defensive miscues and things on your guys' part, but just two-strike approach, just what was going on for Mississippi State today to be able to put the ball in play so well?
Man, I tell you, we couldn't finish their guys, that's for sure. I thought they did a good job of, again, just getting balls in play deep in counts. A couple of times I think we failed to execute that led to some of their big swings, but more times than not, I thought they just did a good job of competing in the box. They were putting balls in play and kept pressuring us today.
It seems like Mississippi State began to pitch you a little bit different. So, number one, take us to the sequence and then kind of what happened after that.
Yeah, so going in, our game plan was kind of just be aggressive. We know he has great stuff, high spin rate, so he stays at the top of the zone and misses a lot of people miss barrels under. So I was just trying to see something down that I could put a good swing on, and saw the first pitch down, just put a good swing on it. And then after that, they're kind of just heavy slider, and I was still trying to stick with the game plan to be aggressive. And then that last at-bat, I knew I had to make an adjustment to see it up, but the guy had a good curveball, and he got me. So the end of the day, I know I'm going to keep getting curveballs the rest of the weekend now, so I just have to be able to make an adjustment to help my team.
Any other questions from Max? Go ahead and utilize that raise your hand function if you have them. We'll go back to Steve. Steve, go ahead.
Max, you're one of the leaders on this team. Obviously, tough ball game today. What's your message to your team to kind of get ready now for that game tomorrow?
Just to keep fighting. At the end of the day, we can't be afraid to fail. We just have to go out there and compete. We know what we got. We know the players we have. And we stay in ball games and we compete really well and we trust one another. So we know we're a good ball game. That was a good game. We competed, and Mississippi State's one of the top teams in the country, so we'll be ready to go tomorrow.